SpaceX's April 2nd launch was impressive because it used the most reused rocket parts ever flown before. But I'd rather take a look at a piece of cargo that flight is carrying to the International Space Station. I'm Zach, this is ZakDTV, and that's what we're going to talk about. Space debris is a major problem. As of right now, NASA is tracking over 500,000 pieces of debris moving fast enough to do major damage to spacecraft in orbit. Space debris is such a big problem, actually, that we continuously run risk of untracked debris damaging spacecraft that are in flight and causing a chain reaction event that could keep us stuck on Earth. We wouldn't be able to fly through a cloud of debris orbiting our planet. So as you can imagine, this is a very big topic in the space community. What do we do to clean up all this debris floating up there in orbit? Now, there have been many suggestions on ways to handle this problem. Things like a suction gripper or nets launched from a spacecraft. They've even suggested things to the effect of a giant laser beam to fry the debris as it's orbiting Earth. And while that's all well and good, none of it has made it into testing phases yet, except for the RemoveDEBRIS satellite that is up on the space station right now. This satellite is an international effort headlined by the University of Surrey Space Center in England. And this satellite is designed to test two novel approaches to deorbiting some of our most dangerous space debris. This 220-pound satellite will sit in its box on the International Space Station until it is assembled in the upcoming weeks. Astronauts figure that by the end of May or early June, they'll have this thing put together and they'll put it in the Kibo Labs airlock so it can be launched from the space station into orbit. For a side note, this will be the largest satellite ever launched from the space station, so they are taking a lot of precautions to make sure that nothing goes wrong and they don't damage our floating science lab. And with that in mind, they're also not going to power up the satellite until it's been moving away from Kibo's robotic arm for 30 minutes before it even starts its startup procedures. They want to make sure it's good and clear of the space. Once this satellite is safely deployed, it starts target practice. Its first target will be a CubeSat that it launches itself and then has to track and shoot a net to catch, which will in turn drag it out of orbit and allow it to burn up in our atmosphere. Second is going to launch another CubeSat and be able to track it to make sure it's able to position next to a moving piece of space junk to prove that this will be able to line up future shots. Its third test will be to fire this harpoon that was designed by Airbus into a target that's attached to an arm on this satellite. I know, I think it'd be cooler to see this thing shoot a CubeSat too, but they're going with a target and then they're going to reel it back in using the rope attached to the harpoon to make sure the system works. So if this satellite is successful in those three goals, it will prove that space junk can be deorbited relatively cheaply and efficiently. But for the kicker, after those three tests are completed, RemoveDEBRIS will be opening a drag sail that will catch on the air particles in the upper atmosphere and slowly deorbit the craft. Because of course, you don't want a craft designed to clean up outer space becoming just more space debris. All said and done, this experiment should take about 1.5 years from start to finish, and as long as everything looks good, maybe we can start getting a fleet of these satellites up there to clean up all that junk. So I'd like to throw it to you now. What do you think? Is there a better way to deorbit space junk than using fishing supplies that we've been using for millennia here on Earth? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to click that like button and subscribe. If you hit the bell notification, you'll know when I upload something new. My videos are generally out Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, so I would like to see you here again. And until next time, just have fun and be safe.